What is road accidents? What are some of the causes of road accidents? How can we prevent road accidents? This and many more I seek to address in today's lesson. Welcome to Richway Driving School. My name is Dominic. If you want to enroll with us to learn of this and more, kindly call us on 0242 151659. 0242 151659. See, road accident is simply an unexpected, unplanned event which happens on the roadway that may lead to loss of life, damage to property, or waste of time. So sometimes you get up from the house, you bid farewell to your wife and children with the aim of going to come back. And in the process, you go and crash into somebody's car. And when that happens, you may have to take it to the police station to go and argue your case out. And by so doing, it is wasting your time. Sometimes the crash may happen and you may break your leg or your head. So it means that it has caused injury. It may have destroyed the pole. It may have destroyed somebody's wall, somebody's car, which is a damage to property. And it can even lead to death, whereby the accident happened and you are not able to survive. So the question is, if this is not wanted, nobody planned to go and have an accident, then why do road accidents happen? You see, there are several factors, and I seek to mention a few of them in this video. One, overspeeding. Overspeeding is one of the major causes of road accidents. Because you see, when your speed is so high that it is beyond what the features of the road permit, then when there's an emergency, you can't respond to it. So you go and crash. So for example, you are driving in a curve and you are so speeding, you will not be able to calculate the turning well, and that can cause you to crash into the curves. So that is why most accident happens in curves. And so those who are familiar with the way the Accra-Kumasi Road was before President Kufuor will know that there were a lot of accidents on the Accra-Kumasi Road. But when President Kufuor came and he reconstructed the road, most of the curves were taken care of. So now the road is more straight and the level of accident has come down. Because when we used to be in Kumasi, it's like when somebody tells you he's going to Accra, as if he has told you he's going to die. You are afraid. So if there are a lot of curves and you're also speeding, it can lead to an accident. If there are potholes, you don't know where they are, especially that is the first time you are using the road and you are so speeding, by the time you appear on the pothole, it will be too late. Trying to swerve it, it will take you out of the road. That's why sometimes you are driving and you see a car in the bush and you ask yourself, how did this car get there? It's because he was speeding, and so a little turn of the steering wheel took him off the road. So overspeeding is one of the major causes of accidents in the road. And from our lesson on the road, we realize that overspeeding depends on the road you find yourself. There are roads you can do 90 and you are not overspeeding. But there are roads, even if you do 70, you are overspeeding. So overspeeding depends on the road you find yourself. Then wrongful overtaking. You see, it's also one of the major cause of accidents on our highways. Especially highways which are just single carriage roads. You will hear that, oh, a car was overtaken and he met another car coming from the other direction, which we call the head-on collision. And that is one of the most fatest form of accident you can have. An accident in which one car is coming from this direction and another car is coming from the other direction. That is one of the most fatest form of accident you can have. So as a driver, you have to be careful when you are overtaking. Make sure you can see far ahead of you. Make sure you are not in a curve. Make sure you are not getting to the top of a hill. Make sure your car has enough speed to bypass the car in front of you before you attempt an overtaking. Be careful of overtaking. Yes, overtaking is necessary because sometimes you are following a heavy duty car. There's no way that car can go speed. So if you follow it, it means you are going to take about 7 hours or 10 hours to get to Kumasi. So that situation, you may have to overtake him, but take your time. Don't be in a hurry to overtake. Don't tell us, oh, me, I can take on 5 cars. You see, if you do that, you are putting yourself and your family, your life, and the people who believe in you at risk. If you will not think of anything, think of your family. In case you die, what you used to do for them will be no more. So please be careful of wrongful overtaking. Then driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. You see, alcohol has a way of affecting your thinking. It makes you hallucinate. You begin to imagine things which are not there as if they are present. It affects your reaction time. It makes you slow. So as instead of moving your leg fast from the accelerator to the brakes, your leg is shaking. So it takes you time before you step on the brakes, and that could cause an accident. Alcohol also affects your vision. You begin to see two things because of the alcohol. That is why people who walk on the road when they are drunk sometimes falls into gutters. Because as he's coming, he sees the gutter to be a little forward. So let me go forward small, then he finds himself in the gutter. So yes, alcohol and drugs. Now the young guys are taking drugs like the Tramol, Red, and all the other drugs. They affect your thinking. So you will not be able to judge correctly. It also gives you a false sense of confidence. Oh, me, I can do this. I can go to Kumasi and come in 2 hours. You see, it's the alcohol talking. So if you are not careful, it will lead you to an accident situation. Then allowing unlicensed drivers on the road, unqualified drivers. See, people who have not gone through driving, have not learnt it, especially on Sundays. We have what we call Sunday drivers. There are people who don't drive during the week, but on Sunday, because they know there are no police, they take car to go to church. You see, in so doing, you are not qualified to drive. So that can lead to an accident situation. So you must always make sure before you hand your car, or you yourself, before you sit in a car to drive, you have gone through the requisite training and you have the license for that car. Teenage drivers, people who are underage, allowing people who are underage to drive also have an impact on their thinking. As we realize in one of our lessons, the age, the more you grow, the more your ability to make sound decisions. So if your age is low, you can't make sound decisions, and so you will not be able to drive well. Bad nature of the road. If the nature of the road is not good, it can also promote road accidents. For example, as I was saying earlier, if there are a lot of curves on the road, in trying to navigate the curves, cars can crash. If there are potholes, cars trying to swerve the potholes may wander into the path of oncoming vehicles. So if there are potholes on the road, it needs to be fixed. Then also lack of enforcement. If people know they can break the law and go scot-free, then they will break the law. So if we want to prevent it, then we must emphasize enforcement. So lack of enforcement also promotes road accidents. Lack of concentration, that is, if you fail to put on your driver's coat, if you fail to concentrate, if you fail to observe, if you fail to anticipate, and if you fail to tolerate the behavior of other road users, it can lead to road accidents. Then tiredness. See, when you are tired, you are not able to think well. You lose concentration, you lose focus. Sometimes you may find yourself sleeping behind the steering wheel. So when you are tired, the best thing to do is to park the car and take about 10 minutes rest, and you will feel rejuvenated to continue the rest of the journey. So when you are tired, rest. Tiredness. Then also we can talk of mechanical faults. Sometimes the fault may happen not because of the driver, it's just that the car has malfunctioned. Maybe he's driving and the steer got locked, or maybe he's driving and the brakes failed him, not because he didn't maintain it. So mechanical faults can also promote road accidents. And in addition to the mechanical fault, you can talk of lack of maintenance. Sometimes the mechanical fault may not just have come, but because the driver failed to maintain the car, your tires are worn out, you don't replace them, you don't check on your brake pads, you don't check on other things that help the car to stop safely in case of an accident. So if you don't check on all of this, it will be promoting road accident. Your sight. You see, as I said in one video, that your sight is keen. What you see is what you do. So if your sight is not good and you sit behind the steering wheel, you can cause road accident. Bad weather. Sometimes the nature of the weather can also promote road accident. For example, in a fog. See, when the weather is foggy, you may not be able to see far, so there may be a car spot in the middle of the road. You will not see it and run into it. So when the weather is foggy, it also promotes accident. Strong rains. When the rain is raining heavily, you may not be able to see well. You can easily drive into the gutter. And even recently, there was a situation that a whole tree fell on a car because it was raining. So all these things can promote road accident. If the wings are strong, it can blow dust, and the dust can block your vision. So these are all some form of situations where it may lead to road accidents. Then also driving at night. You see, driving at night poses some dangers. If it is possible and not necessary that you drive at night, it's better you avoid it. Because you see, driving at night, the distance to which you see reduces. So you normally come upon things before you see them. So most of the time, most of the fatal accidents on our highways happen during the night. Because during the night, some drivers may be sleeping, some because the car light throws into their eyes, they can't see well, and some because they are sport car or park cars in the road, they drive under them. So driving at night poses a danger. So if it is not necessary, don't travel at night. Wait for the next morning before you travel. So these are some of the things that may cause road accidents. So if we know the causes, then preventing them is easy. So for example, we must not drink and drive. We must not take drugs. If we are sick, we must seek medical attention before we sit behind the steering wheel. Because there are some drugs that when you take, you become drowsy. So you are not supposed to drive if you take those drugs. So when you are sick, your medication, you must get advice from your doctor if it is responsible to drive whilst you are taking those medicines. Then the government must make sure he maintains the road. He must make sure the road is always in good conditions. Then the police must also do strict enforcement. They shouldn't go onto the road with the aim of collecting monies and allowing people to do what they want. They must enforce the law. Then also, pedestrians and animals must cross the road at wrong places. That is also a cause. If pedestrians and animals choose to cross the road at wrong places, drivers trying to stop for them can cause an accident. So as a pedestrian, if there is a zebra crossing, you must use it. If there is a footbridge, you must use it because that may promote road accident. Road accident, if a car knocks a pedestrian, is also a type of road accident. So we must cross the road at wrong places. Then we must make sure we don't leave sport cars on the road. If you park cars at wrong places, that can also be a cause. So to prevent road accident, we must make sure that cars which are sport are towed off the road. As I said, during the night on the highways, most of the accidents are as a result of drivers driving into sport cars on the highway. Then we must make sure that we do routine education, refresher courses for drivers, especially commercial drivers, drivers of heavy duty buses, so that they get to know or they are familiar with the regulations of the road. So they don't just drive permanently without being educated from time to time. Then with time, we can even add it to our educational curriculum, whereby we teach people in school the road signs, we teach people in school some of the basic do's and don'ts on the road. All these can help us to prevent road accident. Then the laws must be punitive enough. You see, there are some offenses when you commit, the penalty is such negligible that it doesn't deter people from doing it. So Parliament must have to revisit the penalty unit it has been given to some of these offenses, because driver's mistake is costly. Because a driver who is driving a bus, when he makes a mistake, can take the life of more than 30 people. So some of the punitive measures must be strictened so that it will be enforced. So these are some of the ways we can do to prevent road accidents. But the question is, we know road accidents may occur. So what do we then do? So to draw your attention, you are still with Richway Driving School. And if you want this and more, kindly register with us by calling us on 0242 151659. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that any new videos we post, you'll be notified and then you'll be able to watch those new videos. What I was trying to communicate is that we know that the road accidents will happen. So once we know that road accidents will happen, what then can we do? That is what it comes in the concept of insurance. You see, insurance is simply transferring the risk you are likely to suffer to a third party in exchange for a payment of money, which is called premium. Because it's possible you may come and crash into my car. And once you've crashed into my car, the car is what gives me my source of livelihood. So it needs to be fixed so I can continue working. You can't tell me, oh, I don't have money, wait at the end of the month. That will not be of help to me. So the law is saying that now that you have decided to go and drive, because some accident may just have to happen, then go give money to an insurance company so that in case of an accident, the insurance company will rather come in and they will compensate me for the damages you have caused to my car or for the injuries you have caused me to sustain. And in Ghana, we have two main types of insurance for motor insurances. We have the third party and the comprehensive insurance. The third party insurance is a type of insurance which, when you take, in case of an accident situation, the insurance company will pay for the other person's car and his injuries or damages. So the insurance company will only focus on the third party, the other person. So they will not pay for the injuries you sustain or the damage which is caused to your car. They'll only pay for the other person. And that is the minimum type of insurance you can take in Ghana. You can't take any insurance less than third-party insurance, because there's an insurance which is called the Act insurance, but you can't take that in Ghana. The least you can take is the third-party insurance policy. Then we have the comprehensive insurance policy. With the comprehensive insurance policy, in case of an accident, the insurance company will pay for the third-party property damage and body injuries in addition to the accident damage to your car. When there is an accident, they will pay the other person, and in addition, they will also take care of your car. So they are going to repair your car, or if need be, they will buy a new car for you. But what is the difference? The difference is in the amount of premium you pay. The amount of money you pay will determine whether you are on the third party or you are on the comprehensive. The third party, the National Insurance Commission, always come up with a fixed rate for third-party policies. But with the comprehensive, it is always calculated as a percentage of the cost of the car you give to the insurance company. So you can tell them, this my car is valued for 100,000 Ghana cedis. Then they will compute a percentage of that to be your yearly premium. So this is what I want to bring to your attention regarding road accidents, its prevention, and the resulting insurance that you need to have. And please, insurance is mandatory. A policeman can arrest you if you don't have an insurance on your car. As I said, subscribe to this channel and we'll always give you educative and insightful videos. See you in the next class.